Hi there, and welcome to Ask Dr. Stacey. Thank you for joining me here today. I welcome you. Always be sure to just put your name in the chat there and where you are listening from so we can see how far we are reaching our audience. It's amazing how far this global network is and how it grows. So I welcome you. We host these weekdays at 12:15 Eastern, which is 9:15 a.m. Pacific. And you can always see our previous episodes on my Facebook page. So I do welcome you. I am Dr. Stacey Cooper, health and wellness expert at drstaceycooper.com. I'm also creator of Lifestyle Balance Solutions, founder of the Balanced Living Academy, and author of the Healthy Fuels Cookbook. So you can view more of my information on my website here at drstaceycooper.com. And this is the Ask Dr. Stacey show. So today we are going to get right into our topic today. Joint mobility is what we're going to be talking about. And as a chiropractor, I've been practicing for over 20 years, and I am a fourth generation practitioner. So my great-grandfather did start the practice in 1912, and that's a heritage that I'm very proud of. And so I have a number of patients who ask many questions, and I like to bring that information here to you on the Ask Dr. Stacey program. So today is about joint mobility. And joint mobility is essential for better body function. And when joints are seized up or tight or not functioning well, then that really impacts your daily living. It impacts your activities. It impacts your mood and just how you live from day to day. And so that is why I focus on balancing all aspects of your life, because when one thing occurs in your body, in your being, in your system, in your life, it has a ripple effect, and many things become affected because of it, which can affect your family life, your participation in activities with your friends, which is social. It can impact your physical life in regards to the exercise that you get or the activities that you want to participate in or can't participate in at the moment. So it's all about getting you back to doing the things that you want to be able to do so that you can have more joy in your life, more lift in your spirit, and better body function with enhanced vitality, because isn't that how we want to spend each and every day? So as you pop in on the show here, thank you for joining me. Just be sure to enter your name and your name and location so we can see where we're coming from. Always be sure to hit the like button if you like what you're hearing and you find the information of value to you, and be sure to share it with your friends. You don't have to keep it all to yourself. So let's spread the word. So I appreciate that. So joint mobility. Joints, when we talk about joints of the body, as a chiropractor, I can adjust any joint of the body, not just spinal joints. We are schooled in managing every joint of the body. So when there's sprains or strains or injuries and things like that, it is best to get it looked after right away, because then that way we can help to realign the joint in its normal position so that it can heal in that corrected state. When you've injured a joint and you wait 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months before you have anything looked at it because you think, oh, it'll go away on its own. It didn't get there on its own, so it can't go away on its own. It needs a helping hand, and chiropractic is a great tool to utilize with non-invasive maneuvers for the body, for realigning joints and having better body function. So be sure to check that out. So when you address the issue right away, then that enables the body to heal in the normal corrected state. Whereas if you wait a period of time, then the body does the best that it can with what it has to work with, but it's in an injured state. And so the soft tissues then heal in that shortened position. You have decreased range of motion of the joint, lost function, decreased mobility, and then all those things will affect your ongoing years. And that's when those types of injuries come back to haunt you later. And so we want to prevent any of that from happening. And so that's why it's important to get the joint checked as soon as possible after the time of injury so that it can heal in the normal position, and then you'll have much better body function. So when we're talking about spinal joints, the vertebra of the spine and in your back, those joints don't have a blood supply. The discs that are the spacers between each of the vertebrae do not have their own blood supply. They rely on the fluid around them to nourish them and keep them healthy and plump and supple. So chiropractic actually helps to reduce the process or progress of arthritis in the spine by keeping the joints mobile. When a joint is locked in an abnormal position and it is not functioning properly, has lost its normal range of motion, then that also means that if there isn't any motion in that particular segment, then the fluid around that disc is now not flowing the way that it normally would. It is becoming stagnant around that disc. And so that disc is now not getting the fresh supply of fluid around it to bathe it and keep it nourished. That means that that disc is then can become dehydrated and leads to, in the long run, degenerative disc disease. So by keeping spinal joints adjusted and moving well, this helps to keep the fluid flowing through the spinal system and helps to keep the discs bathed in the nourishing fluid that surrounds them, which then keeps them plump and healthy and decreases the progression of degenerative disc disease. So that is one reason why chiropractic is great for maintaining your body function so that anything that's going on, we can nip it in the bud, keep things working well, and having you maintain an active and healthy lifestyle that you want. And that is our goal, is to keep you doing all the things that you want to be able to do within your body's function. So in regards to joints, when joints get locked up in an abnormal position and you have decreased function, maybe you've been out gardening and using your muscles in a fashion that you haven't for quite a while if it's the beginning of the season, and so this is a newer activity for you. As the muscles get tight, of course, the muscles are attached to the bone. That's how the body works. And when the muscles are really tight, they can pull on the joint as well and shift it out of its normal position. And so when a joint is locked, now you're like the Tin Man in Wizard of Oz out in the field, all seized up in the field. So we're going to get out the oil can and lubricate the joints and improve their mobility and body function. And that's where we talk about joint mobility. So it's important to keep joints moving properly so that you can have full range of motion. Now, when we talk about joint mobility, exercise is a key factor in keeping the body mobile and joints mobile. So when you're exercising, you are using muscles, of course, and this leads to muscle contracture because you're working the muscles. And so as you do that, that can actually, in the long run, lead to decreased joint mobility if your muscles are really tight. So it is very important to stretch as well as strengthen. Both of these things are of great importance. So we all know that exercise, running, or lifting weight often default to or think of first. These lead to a lot of muscle contracture. So what we also need to be very cognizant about is stretching. So stretching those muscles, allowing those muscles fibers to reach their full length so that you can have full range of motion of the joints. You see all the bodybuilders who are really muscle bound and tight, and they really have difficulty moving their joints. And they at times have difficulty even straightening their arm all the way. And so it's important to stretch to maintain joint mobility in your body. Yoga is a great thing that you can use for stretching the body because yoga does poses in both directions, the positive and the negative, the forward and the backward. That way you're balancing your body, and this is key to keeping joints functioning well. So that's what I wanted to share with you in regards to joint mobility, and I hope that you find it helpful. Always be sure to share it with your friends and family if you like. And always, you can send any of your questions in. This is a live Q&A chat that I host weekdays at 12:15 Eastern, which is 9:15 a.m. Pacific. So you can always submit them straight through my website. You can go to drstaceycooper.com, and there you can submit through my email, drstacey at drstaceycooper.com any questions, concerns, comments that you would like addressed on Ask Dr. Stacey. So I welcome you, and please join me again on our next episode. As I mentioned, you can see all of our previous episodes on my Facebook page. Just go to Lifestyle Balance and you'll see all of the previous episodes that are there. They're all tagged with their title, and you can sort through and find things that are of interest to you. Thank you for joining me, and have a great day.